we will take the welcome address by the chairman, LOC. And so let me call to this podium Professor Ademola Oremosun, a professor of anatomy. Please, a round of applause for him.
Thank you very much, my dear sister, Ronke Samuel, professor of biochemistry and head of department of biochemistry at the University of First Choice and the nation's pride. So, my task this morning is a rather simple one. And I want to say that this conference has been tagged ECO 2022. And I have the pleasure to welcome you to Lagos, the city that never sleeps. It is the city of aquatic splendor and the economic capital of the most populous nation in Africa. Lagos is not new to hosting this conference, and EMSON, formerly ENSEM, whatever is different this year is that it marks our first in-person gathering after the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic. And we know the effect of the pandemic. So I want to say that it's with pleasure that I welcome you all to this conference. And this is taking place at the Radisson Blu Hotel here at Ikeja, which is the administrative capital of Lagos. So we're going to be here today, 29th, and tomorrow, the 30th. And yesterday we had one of the most successful pre-conference workshop with about 46 participants. And I think that deserves a round of applause. For the chairman, Oremosun Kuku, who needs no introduction, and also all our guests, many of whom will be walking into the hall very soon, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Hanere, the First Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, and the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. We want to say a big welcome, and we appreciate also our keynote speaker, Professor Felicia Anuma. So a brief introduction about the endocrine system. I'll be very brief. It's just a system of several glands that release their secretions directly into blood and have their effects on the immediate and remote parts of the body. And so endocrine system cannot be discussed without looking at the issue of hormones. And these hormones have different effects. And of course, this morning we've had very beautiful presentations of how hormonal disorders can create problems. So this, may I say, is possibly the largest gathering of endocrinologists in Nigeria. And we welcome you. We welcome you. This conference is unique because it's had an array of experts to discuss the issues of obesity, overweight, and related endocrine problems. We also have other sub-themes such as childhood obesity, emerging health challenge, diabetes and cardiovascular disease health, bioinformatics and endocrine practice, disorders of sexual differentiation. So I want to say that this conference promises to be both informative and educative. I'm also proud to tell us that as at the time we had to stop accepting abstracts, we have over 60 research abstracts that are to be presented at this conference, both as oral and poster presentations. Again, this, to the best of my knowledge, is the highest number of abstract presentation at our conference. And I think that deserves a round of applause. So I'm sure at the end there'll be proper recognition. I've mentioned all our guests and key speakers. And we also want to appreciate the support of all our elders. I can see immediate past president, Professor Feyi, Adegoke, the mother of the MP of UK. And if any one of you wants to japa, please. All right. We want to also appreciate all the other very senior professors, senior doctors. Of course, I cannot thank enough Olorogun Femi Kuku. So, as I conclude, the success of this conference cannot be complete without the support of our partners. We want to appreciate all the pharmaceutical companies. Please help me give them a round of applause. They've done the branding of this hall, sponsored delegates, endowed prizes, advertised in our program, and of course, there'll be product presentation. So I therefore encourage us to spend some time within these 2 days to visit their booths and listen to their product presentations. My profound gratitude goes to also our president, Professor Olufemi Fasamade, all the executive of EMSON, and my indefatigable local organizing committee members. I kept them busy every week, Wednesday, from 7 p.m. We were planning this. So please help me appreciate them again. So we thank the administrative staff of EMSON, our numerous support workers and volunteers. Collectively, you have made this conference a huge success. At the end of this conference, there is going to be a communique which will be available to the public, and it is believed that this will both shape policies of government and also recommend improvement of care to our entire populace. Once again, I say to all of you, thank you for coming. Long live EMSON, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're welcome.